In this time-saving video, we are going to take a look at how you can sync and share your third-party calendars using your iPad. Instead of you having to look at multiple applications to view your calendar events, we're talking about putting it in one spot if you're an iPad user, and that's the iPad calendar. To do that, we're going to click on Settings, and in your Settings section, choose Mail, Contacts, and Calendars. Under the Accounts, we want to select Add Account. These are the account options that are available, and then you have Other if you have something other than what you see on your screen. If you do, you will need to have the server information to complete it, so you can contact your internet provider. We are going to use Google. You do not have to have a Gmail account in order to use the Google Calendar. You just will need a valid email address. I have a Google account, so I'll use that. I'll add my email address. And then the password. Once you're done, choose Next, and it goes through a verification process, and then it opens up and show you the completed process. We only need the calendar, so we're going to toggle off the mail, the contacts, as well as notes, and then we'll choose to save it. Once it adds the account, it takes you back out to the Mail, Contacts, Calendar window. And now we're going to look at the preferences for the calendar. So I'm going to scroll down to the calendar section, and let's take a look at the synchronization. It defaults to synchronizing 1 month of events. You can have more than that by clicking in this section and choosing 2 weeks back all the way to all events. You do want to be careful about the amount of information that you pull in on your calendar, because it can have an adverse effect regarding the amount of space that you have on your iPad. Once you make your selection here, or if you make a selection here, we'll choose to go back to the Mail, Contacts, Calendar window. The next thing that we want to look at is the default calendar. You can choose to have a specific calendar as the default when you're adding your events. Even if you choose a default calendar, once you want to add an event to a specific calendar, you'll have that opportunity. You would choose default calendar and then make your selection. You'll notice under Gmail, I have 2 calendars. I have the main calendar and a sub calendar. You're able to do that through Gmail, and there are probably quite a few other applications that will allow you to create those sub calendars. And once you choose to pull in that third-party application, you'll see those sub calendars here also. We'll go back to Mail, Contacts, and no more information is needed in my preferences section, so I'm going to choose to go back out to my main screen. Now let's take a look at the calendar. You'll see that I have all type of events happening in the month of April. But if I wanted to see or focus on a specific calendar, I can click on Calendars at the bottom of the window. And let's say we want to focus on Marie's wedding calendar. I'm going to uncheck the Exchange calendar, as well as the Harry Trainer and the contacts and birthdays and events on my Google Calendar, and choose Done. That only leaves what's happening on the Marie's wedding calendar, and we'll see on the 12th I have a cake tasting. If I wanted to see what was happening on the Harry Trainer calendar, also my Gmail calendar, I can go back to Calendars, select that calendar, and we'll now see that on the 6th of April I have a dinner event. If I wanted to see everything at once, I can go back to Calendars and then choose my Exchange calendar, and now I see all of my events. This is a good way to be able to have everything organized and still be able to see specific events on specific calendars right from one application. Now, let's say we wanted to add a new event. we're going to click on the plus sign in the top right corner, and I'll choose to pick up invitations. I can then come down to the date that I want to do that, and we'll say on the 15th at 5, and then choose Done. We'll now see that on the 15th I have pick up invitations, but this, if we go back and hit Edit, I want to show you, look on the calendar, because I had Harry Norman as my default calendar, if I did not switch calendars, it's going to add it to that default. We want to come back and choose the calendar that we want it on, and we'll choose Marie's wedding, and now say Done. So now if I go and look at my calendars, and I uncheck the calendars that I do not want to see, we'll see that Marie's wedding is still checked. We now see that pick up invitations is what's available, as well as cake tasting. We'll go back to calendars and now select all of the calendars again, and now we'll see all of our events. If you need to delete something on your calendar, let's say our dinner appointment, I'm going to select that event and choose Edit. I'll choose to scroll up and then hit Delete Event, and that event is now deleted. When you delete a specific event on your calendar, your third-party calendar, you will receive an email in your inbox regarding that deletion. Whatever you do on your iPad, it synchronizes across those calendars, so you can be on your iPad or on your computer, and you'll see the synchronization of whatever you've done. Either you added an event or you deleted an event. Now, let's say that we wanted to invite someone to an event on your iPad. The iCloud is the default calendar provider. If I wanted to send my entire calendar to someone, I can do that via iCloud through my iPad. But this is a third-party application, so we can send an invitation to someone. And I'm going to do that for the cake tasting. I'm going to click on the cake tasting and choose Edit. We're going to come down to Invitees, and I can choose the plus sign to choose that person from my contacts on my iPad, or I can type in the address, and you can add more than one name. So we'll choose that specific email address, and then I'm going to hit Edit to go back to the main window, and then choose Done. Once you hit Done, it sends the invitation to that individual. And let's take a look at what that looks like. We'll go to our Gmail, and we'll now see that from Harry Trainer, we now see that we have our cake tasting. We can choose to reply or forward. We also have the ability to say, yes, we're coming, maybe we're coming, or no, we're coming. If I choose to reply to it, you'll notice in the tool field that it automatically goes back to the original sender. I can add information regarding this particular event if I want to, and then choose Send. It's as simple as that. It gives you the ability to save time and not have to do things in multiple applications. You're able to do things in just one application, your calendar on your iPad. If you need additional instructions on how to do this, contact training@harrynorman.com.